I posted 76 times in April, and I want to show you exactly what happened. So in April, I did a 30-day painting challenge. Paint every day, post it every day, document the entire process. While I was doing that, I also had a series that I've been running since the very end of March of revealing my art every single day until I reach 1,000 followers. And that does seem like it's starting to work. I was posting morning art reveals, time-lapse clips, and talking to the camera videos, sometimes posting 3 times a day across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I tracked everything, every follow, every view, every single interaction. So today I'm going to show you what actually worked and what didn't. And some of this genuinely surprised me. In March, YouTube gave me 27,910 views. That felt so good. I was so happy with that because it was growth, especially since I hadn't been posting consistently prior. I was happy with 27,000, almost 28,000 views. In April, 133,528 views. That's not a typo. That's a 378% increase in 1 month. And on top of that, I gained 410 new subscribers on YouTube within the month. In comparison, March, I gained 25. I genuinely did not expect that. And here's the thing, it wasn't some fancy video where I'd done a great voiceover and done all these clips and cuts and everything. It wasn't a vlog or a tutorial or anything that I spent hours on. It was one of my art reveals. Short one, like 6 to 12 seconds long. Just a finished painting, flipping it around to the camera, done. My top video in April got 26,929 views. It got 126 followers. It was 9 seconds long. The second biggest followed a similar pattern. 16,212 views. 85 followers, all from a similar art reveal. The retention data is something else that really shocked me with all my YouTube content. So, YouTube tracks average retention viewed, which is basically tells you what percentage of the video people watch. So, obviously 100% is they watch the entire video. Anything over 100 is them rewatching it. And on all of my other platforms, that retention rate is much lower. But on YouTube, my average retention is about 97% for April. And it was so shocking. What was even crazier is some of my videos hit 185%. So they were watching the video almost entirely twice. People are rewatching my 9-second, 6-second, 12-second videos. Sometimes they're watching it multiple times. I haven't quite hit a sweet spot on understanding what they're watching or why they're rewatching things, but I'm not going to complain about these stats. TikTok is a different story, and I want to be honest about it. I got 17,591 views on TikTok in April across 76 posts, an average of 231 views per post. Compare that to YouTube's average of 1,757 views per post. TikTok is not my reach platform right now, but, and this matters, 85% of my TikTok growth came from art reveals. The short ones, everything else barely moved the needle. My best TikTok post had 1,228 views. My best YouTube post, 26,929 views. Same content, same art reveal format, yet TikTok reacts differently to the same content. And I'm just trying to understand that a little bit better right now. The content I thought would do well, the longer talking videos, the educational stuff, the marketing challenge video, it all underperformed. Longer than 30 seconds on TikTok, and my numbers dropped consistently every single time. However, sometimes that brought me some dedicated followers, depending on the topic. But that wasn't consistent either. The sweet spot for all of my content on TikTok seems to be about 6 to 12 seconds, which is wild to me because I have so much I want to say. But the data's pretty clear what the audience wants too. Instagram. Okay. 13,013 views in April. 27 new followers. In March, I got 1 new follower. So I guess this is progress. But my average skip rate on Instagram is 56%, which means more than half the people who saw my reels just scrolled right past it. And that means they're just skipping my content before they give it a real chance. However, the posts that did the best, my skip rates went down to like 37-38%. Those were the time-lapse clips. Motion from the very first frame. No talking, no setup, nothing. Just art happening immediately. So it feels like Instagram's trying to tell me the same thing TikTok's telling me. Just get to the visual faster. Get something coming across that screen right as soon as people see the video. I'm a little bit slower to listening to that one, but it's just because I do a lot less art that leans into those time lapses. I started posting on TikTok because I wanted to share my content with people. I started tracking it because I wanted to understand what people enjoy and understand if there's anything I can do to make my content better, to just reach that greater following. And I think I'm slowly starting to pick up on that. But I just keep going back to the things that I enjoy. I love sharing my paintings with the world and showing the reality of starting a business from scratch. And you'll actually get to see a lot more of that throughout May. I'm actually already posting a challenge where I am doing a marketing task every day to grow my art business in May. So check that out. Here's what I keep coming back to. I started sharing my work and my art business growth not really knowing if anybody would care to watch it. And it seems like people do care. Based on the numbers, they do care. And people do keep coming back and watching my work. Not in huge numbers yet. But the retention data does not lie. People are watching my stuff to the end, at least on some platforms. And some are even watching it twice. That means something. And it means that I am building something that people enjoy and people want to see more of. So here's what I'm trying to do differently in May based on all this. YouTube is definitely going to be getting my most consistent effort. I'm even going to try to start posting more long-form videos like this on YouTube, in addition to all of my daily art reveals and fun, short little TikToks that I create that I also post on YouTube. Mainly because YouTube's giving me 7 to 8 times more views per post than any other platform. See, I would be foolish not to lean into that. On TikTok, I'm going to keep doing the same thing that seems to be working and just trying to keep that consistent following. And if something blows up, something blows up. But I'm definitely going to try to keep those art reveals as an anchor and keep those under 10 seconds if possible. If it's over 12 seconds, I'm going to be asking myself if it's really necessary to keep it that long. Instagram, I'm going to try to start implementing more motion first videos, some more of those time-lapse videos that people seem to very much enjoy. And as I've already kind of said, I'm doing a 31-day marketing challenge in May, which feels like a different kind of scary than painting every day because I have a large task to do every single day to try to grow this art business rather than painting something that I find really enjoyable. And some of that marketing is based on the paintings that I created in April. So stay tuned to that and see what comes out of my April paintings for my May marketing challenge. I'm documenting all of that daily. And if you want to follow along, I post here every day and I try to be really honest about what's working and what isn't. That's kind of the whole point of this channel, to share my work and to share the honest truth about starting a business from zero. If you're building something creative and want to watch the messy middle of what that actually looks like, I'll be here. You can follow me on TikTok or Instagram at the BM Edit, and check out my Etsy shop for bird and nature themed greeting cards, and I'll have more posting throughout the month of May.